Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. And what a month it's been for property investors, homeowners alike, and anyone interested in property. Now, this is April's property news of 2023, so buckle up. We've got some great stuff to go through that you will really learn. Some of the stuff we haven't even covered at all on the channel yet, so this is new stuff. It's going to have a big impact on investing and landlords alike. Now, while you're here, do make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. We're trying our best to get to 5,000 subscribers in April. We're about 450 short now. So if you could smash that subscribe button, that will greatly help. And smash the like button, guys, because that really gets more views on there, which will get us more subscribers. So you can help either way. So what's been going on in the market? Well, there's a lot going on in the property world right now. Things are still a little turbulent, but there's some positive news today as well, which is going to be good for landlords. So that's a good one. So house prices first. Well, house prices for the year have been pretty much flat. We had 1 month where they went down, we had a flat month, and we had a month where they went up marginally as well. So prices are flat. Now that means we've got 9 months left to potentially have some bigger drops, which may happen because we're starting to come into the months now where we'll start to see what actually happened off the back of that mini budget last year, because it takes 4, 5, 6 months to sell a property. So we're coming around to that April and May. We'll really start to see how that impacted it. So on the whole, so far prices are flat. However, asking prices did go up last month, and that happened twice this year so far. Rightmove are saying that asking prices on their site have gone up significantly, but that doesn't mean sold prices have changed. Just because you ask for something and you want 2 million for your house, for your 500 grand house, doesn't mean you're going to get that, right? And so, but asking prices have been rising. And what that does show to us is that the sellers aren't desperate yet. And when we had the 2008 crisis, you had people that just couldn't afford their mortgages and they got desperate, right? And so they needed to do whatever they could do in order to get some money back, and they sold at a loss. We're not really seeing that at the moment. Of course, there are going to be specific examples of someone that will sell their property significantly cheaper than someone else. But right now, we're not seeing that. So that's why I think that the OBR are correct, and they're saying that over the next 2 years that we're likely to have a 10% drop. So like maybe 5% this year, 5% next year. And so I just think that any drops that you'll see, bigger drops, will be at the back end of the year. We're just not seeing that desperation, particularly with asking prices at the moment. So we're also getting data in from the lenders, and they're saying that it's looking more like a softer landing than they were initially expecting as well. And I really like to listen to their data more than other predictions, because they're the ones that have the pipeline of the deals, right? So estate agents can tell us something, but mortgage lenders, they know what's going on with the surveyors. They've got the whole picture that other people don't have. Estate agents can say, well, asking prices are up, sale prices agreed are down, but the data that they keep, they're all little small independent businesses, and it's not the bigger picture. Whereas someone like Halifax or Nationwide, they might have hundreds of thousands of applications going through right now. They know what the surveyor has said right now. They can pull up reports on their system just like that and say, well, actually month on month, this is what's happening. And if they're saying it's going to be a softer landing, then they must be having some data that we don't and can't get. Even the land registry can't get this data because it hasn't completed yet, if that makes sense. So they're saying that this year won't be as bad, but it doesn't mean next year won't be. And so we've had a lag with interest rates going up, and then data that comes out off the back of that. These things take time to filter through. And so there's no one saying that next year might not be significantly down, right? So let's have a look and wait and see what happens there. What else have I got on my notes here? So annually house prices are down 3.1%, which is not a crash. A crash is anything over 10%. And so that's obviously something to consider. As a property investor, I'm not really too fussed about that, because I would either be looking to buy a property well below 3.5% below market value, or I'll be adding value that would add 10 to 20, maybe 30% if we were lucky in some instances. So a fluctuation like that isn't a massive concern. When we go double digits, that's when we need to start worrying. So that's what we want to look at here. Now, the OBR, as you said, they feel that the drop will be 10%, but over 2 years, right? So that's what they're predicting. And so that's where the government data is sending us. Now, mortgage rates, this month we had another rise in rates. That was the 11th back-to-back interest rate rise, and the base rate went to 4.25%. And even the month before, when we went to 4%, we actually had some deals that were below that. So we had Virgin Money, and I think maybe Halifax that did a rate at 3.99. I've actually just looked on Money Supermarket right now. There's actually a deal with the Mortgage Works at 3.89%. Now, it's only for a year, but I'd consider that. I would consider that. It really is determined on your appetite for risk, but I just feel rates are going to be going down by next year for sure. And so if you took a rate now, by the time you actually get the rate, it's going to be summer. So you'll agree it today. Probably won't get that rate till August, when everything goes through your evaluation and all that sort of stuff. Takes a little while to get that. So then you're looking at having that rate until August 2024. I reckon rates will be cheaper then. But you've obviously got to really go in and work out if you could afford to take that risk and what would be the consequences if it didn't work out for you. But that's something I'm going to look at. So that's a decent rate, 3.89. What else is going on? Now, this is a big one, actually. This is the big one here. EPCs. A lot of landlords are leaving the market. There's a lot of opportunity because of this. So EPC stands for Energy Performance Certificate. And so every property that is rented or sold in the UK now has to have one. And that means that you've got to bring it up to a level C. And so A is the best. You've got to get up to level C by, it was going to be 2025. They've now decided that's been pushed back till 2028, which is good news for landlords. That gives them that little bit more time. They talked about what potential fines are going to be. So you've got to do your absolute best. You've got to invest a certain amount of money, which is around £10,000 into your property to upgrade the energy efficiency. I can't even say it, energy efficiency. So we've got a little bit more clarity now. You've got to spend at least £10,000 to get that property up to spec. If it's an old Victorian house, you're not going to get it to an A grade for sure. It's just not possible. But the fact that that's got moved back gives landlords that little bit more breathing room. The last thing you want is landlords to be getting clobbered by interest rates, clobbered by inflation, and clobbered by this. 30% of landlords have left in the last 2 years. What they're saying is, like a lot of estate agents are saying, that a lot of landlords are still going to leave because of this EPC regulation. So there are going to be landlords that are offloading their portfolios. That could be some opportunity for you. Take those on in a limited company, put that money in, invest, put the energy rating up as high as you can. Obviously document all the money that you spend on that as well. But it's good that it's not 2025. We've just had this happen on commercial properties, and there are now tens of thousands of properties that legally in the UK as a commercial property can't be rented out because they are not up to the E rating that a commercial property needs. And so that's what the government is going to look at that and say, blimey, that is a mess. This office here that I'm in, I think it was March 31st that you had to have the EPC done again on the office that we're in. We had it done on like March the 25th by the landlord. They were literally getting in there by the skin of their teeth. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to rent this out. And so that is going to cause major problems. The government will see that. And what I really feel they need to do is come out with some schemes, come out with some more energy efficiency stuff. If they want to hit this energy efficiency target, help people. Give them some grants, give them some loans that they can take time to pay that back. help support landlords and then they can get those properties up to that energy rating that you want to hit. So that's the news. It's a flat market pretty much for the first start of this year. Annually, it's 3.1% down. We're looking at a 10% decline according to the OBR over 2 years. Interest rates have gone up. However, deals that you can get, mortgage rates that you can get, have actually gone down. And we've got a rate out there with the Mortgage Works, huge lender. I think it's Nationwide or Halifax. I can't remember who owns them, but 3.89. There's deals out there. So that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts. What else have I missed? And the EPCs have been moved to 2028. Let me know in the comments what else I've missed, what else happened in the last month. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers. Check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.